Dirty Talks.
Is it doing anything?
I think so.
Okay, let me get
I think when you push the button that says start recording.
I have to see the time code. Oh, yeah. We're 12 seconds in.
Excellent.
We're rolling dirty.
Alrighty. Alrighty, skaters. Hey, skaters. It's me, Dirty Deborah Harry, and my little sidekick over here, Rolly Lux. And we are here for our Dirty Talks podcast. This is episode 470. Okay.
Correct.
Have you seen all of them? You haven't? Go back to the playlist and watch them all. We talk all things roller skating with a little bit of life advice thrown in.
I would say it's more life advice.
What can I
It's
just
mostly life.
I probably
it's
have
my
no business
life
giving.
opinion.
Yeah, right. Because I have no business giving advice. We're lucky I got myself this far. So we're just like opinions on experiences, and because we roller skate all the time, it tends to be like intertwined.
Right.
They're just intertwined, right? You guys, I am so glad to be back with Miss Rolly Locks because
You didn't let me say my tag.
please, so sorry.
Dirty
Introduce yourself.
Dirty spirited sidekick.
There we go.
Okay, now
You
can
feel
carry
better?
on. Yeah.
There we go. I am so sorry. She knows this better than anyone, but I don't share well. Like, if I have a microphone or I'm being filmed, I'm not good with other people. Like, I'm a one-woman show.
I love that though, because I don't really want it to be anything about me. So this works.
Yeah, so I will interrupt you, talk over you, fully dominate. I mean, it's just a thing.
Good. But you do answer my questions, and that's the primary, reason that I'm here. Is for all the questions.
I also feel like if I know that I interrupt, talk over, and dominate, also means that I'm self-aware. But then being self-aware means you know better and you're supposed to change. But am I? Is it not just, do I not entertain you sometimes?
I don't think this is something you should be changing.
Okay.
I feel like we're a good balance.
Yeah, that's good.
I don't know what to say half the time, but I'm full of questions and very curious. So it works.
Today, I'm glad you're full of questions because I got to go to the Moxy Skate Camp. I got to participate and I got to teach there. It was so good. So when I came home, Miss Rolly Locks did not go. Not that she couldn't go, but she had something else to go. Yeah. You know those pesky life things, those hallmarks in life, those events that you need to be at, and then they mess up your skating schedule. Where were you?
Oh, my daughter's a senior, so we had a big event to do for her. She's in media, believe it or not.
Okay, her daughter,
so
no joke.
She produced a really good film.
Right, her daughter's in high school. When she says a senior in high school.
Yeah, not a senior citizen.
Yeah. I like to say that to my mom. I said, Mom, do you know I'm a senior citizen? You're the mother of a senior citizen.
Are you really, though? Because they changed the age.
Really?
Yes, Derek and I looked it up the other day. You are not a senior citizen until you're 65.
Oh.
Is what we're banking on.
The youth has come back to me. I'm gonna.
I might be giving you false information,
I'll
but
take it.
This is where we're at right now.
Fake news. I'll take it. I'm going to be 58 in June. June 13th. Send your best wishes. So her daughter, Darby, is insanely talented. Not
amazing.
only can this girl skate her off, I mean, for real. I remember teaching your daughter how to drop in when she was how old?
Well, she's probably 12.
Yeah. And it was like, took
Maybe 9,
one time.
8, 9, 10.
One time.
Oh, yeah.
One time, and then she was done. And she was done with me, okay? She was done being anywhere near handheld, and she was off and running.
Ready?
Rise up. Yeah.
What?
Excellent coaching from the Dirty.
Awesome. But not only that, she's an incredible singer, performer. She can play musical instruments. She's smart. She has an insane personality. Her personality is so great. And she is in one of my videos.
She's Young Dirty.
Yeah, she plays Young Dirty in the video.
Many moons ago.
And is that okay? But she was also filming. She's famous for filming one of the videos.
That you fell.
And it's the only video I fell in. And I fell right at the intro.
She was my fill-in.
When you edit this, will you put in right there that part where I wipe out?
Yes.
I don't have toe stops on. Because when I wipe out, it's so good.
You took out your toe stops.
Yeah. I didn't have toe stops in, and I thought I had them in, and I didn't.
It's the infamous
I wiped
fault.
out, and like the look on my face is like, huh. What the hell just happened? And then I flip around and look at Darby, who's filming, and she was doing this when she was like 13.
Yeah, she was great. She filled in for me and
Such a pro.
just handled it.
She looked at me, I looked at her, and I go, tell me you got that on film. Like
I was so pissed because I wanted to be there
for that big
that
fall.
moment that Dirty falls in my presence.
Oh, so good.
My daughter got
It was
got
so
the
good.
footage.
Every single time I fall, which is, I'm going to admit, pretty rare. When I do, I swear to God, it's always the same kind of thing, kind of a slip out situation. And I'll raise my head up, and the first thing is the looks on people's faces is like, their face,
queen
they cannot
took a
believe what they're seeing. And they're so like fascinated and like, should I be concerned?
Have you
Is
fallen recently?
No, I think the last time I fell like probably a year ago or something at the rink. And I fell in the middle during session, and these people's looks on their faces was priceless. It was so good. I was looking at them, I'm like, dude, I'm all right, and I get back up and I'm just laughing because it's more funny for me. Because the look on their face is really crazy. But, I'm into self-preservation these days. I ain't trying to do anything too crazy to fall. But
no, she's
so,
good. What
I'll
the heck
forgive you.
tangent was that?
I'll forgive you for not being at the Moxy Skate Camp.
Oh, that's right.
Because you had to go there. Because I would have loved to have Miss Rolly Locks with me there.
All
that
these
would have been
years,
great.
I've wanted to go.
Have you never been?
I have never been, and it is the one thing I would absolutely love to do.
You've never been to the Moxy Skate Camp, and you've never been to Woodward West.
No.
Okay. You guys, I went to the very first Moxy Skate Camp like 9 years ago. And then for one reason or another, I haven't been able to go back. But I did go back to Woodward West. It is like the most incredible venue. It is the most incredible venue. So to have the Moxy Skate Camp teaming up with Woodward West to bring this incredible camp to life is just such, what a gift to skaters this is. This place is incredible. So I went to the first Moxy Skate Camp, which I looked around and I was like, hello, Disneyland of skating. Well, when Disneyland was great. Anyway, then I got to go back. The other time I got to go back, I was so lucky because they were having a cheerleading camp there. Not that I'm a cheerleader, but my friend in skating, her daughter was a cheerleader going to that camp. So my friend was going and she was bringing one other person, and at the camp, they were not utilizing the skate park, okay? So we had the entire skate park to ourselves, me and two other girls.
Wow.
Oh, I was like, I think I was in one bowl for like 2 hours by myself.
And it is wood. I mean, that's the whole
Okay, so the venue is
name
incredible.
of it. Woodward.
When I went back,
I think.
this time for the Moxy Skate Camp, and this is West. So those of you who don't know, there's also Moxy Skate Camp East, which is in Philly. So this one, when I went back this time, I was super shocked when I walked in because I was like, oh my God, Woodward has done the most. Previously, I went in and there was, it's this massive indoor skate park and it's all wood ramps, right? Mm-hmm. And then, and bowls and just, it's insane. But then I looked to the left and it was like, oh my God. They have this thing called the Progression Center, which is a whole other skate park indoors, and it's all concrete.
And it's new.
Yeah,
It's newer.
well, it's new to me.
Newer. since
New to
you've
me.
been-
And then when you go
Wow.
outside, there's like basically 2 separate outdoor skate parks and a pump track.
Oh, no way.
Yes.
Wow.
And then
You're killing me, boss.
they have
need
the
to get
whole, I kept calling it a campus because you walk on, I felt like I was like, woo, we
Yeah.
in like new school here. But all the places that the campers stay, I mean, it's real camper style. Like you go into the, places and it's all the beds are lined up like summer camp because they use
a
this.
dorm.
Yes, they use this entire facility not only for the Moxy Skate Camp, but they have a family camp. They got a kids camp, just tons, like summer camp, the whole situation, right? What's super cute is the whole thing's themed out, kind of Old West style. So there's like a little city hall, and there's a cafeteria, then there's like a movie theater, and there's all these it's just cute.
That sounds
okay?
fun.
It's aesthetically pleasing. Like as soon as you walk in, first of all, you got to, if you're from Southern California, you're going to drive in there, and the drive is really nice. Like I swear to God, I went with Tony from Surf City Skates, and her and I had a blast. Like we were in the car with this gal named Parker. We were just blowing into town. I didn't even feel the drive, and the drive was probably like 2+ hours, and it was no big deal. So it wasn't one of those drives where you're like, oh my
Pull
God.
over. I gotta pee.
And you know, Southern
Did you ever
California.
have to pee?
Yes,
Oh,
of course. I am a
I
general
think I can go
human being.
2.5 hours. That's about
Yeah,
my range.
I can hold it. So, I mean, the ride wasn't horrible in that, like the traffic. We left at the primo time, but when you roll in, it's like very foresty when you get out there, and coming from Southern California where we live at the beach, it's like, oh my God, a lot of trees. Look at that. There's a creek. And like we are, wow,
Yeah.
we are amazed by that.
Another planet.
Right? So that was funny. But when we actually walked onto the site, the venue site, it was so fun. Like you just walk in and you feel like, okay, for the next 3 days, this is my life. This is where I live, and I just might forget about my whole other life. Like you walk in and you're like transported. You're transported to a new realm, a new little planet. I mean, it was so cool. It was so much fun.
I am so excited that you're back into transitional skating, ramp skating,
Yeah.
bowls, ramps,
Yeah, me too.
because you're the reason I started.
That's
and
true.
I don't have a lot of friends my own age doing what I do. And the fact that you're back at it has been amazing. I am over the moon. And so when the Moxie thing came up, I was ecstatic to come with you and, be your barnacle, film everything. And of course, not being able to go. But I have this part of me that's really sad because I feel like I'm getting too old for it.
Oh, God, no.
Because it's one thing that you're there as a coach,
Yeah.
teaching people. But were there people there my age?
Yes.
Gen Xers
There were
learning to park skate?
Definitely. Okay, the venue is so massive, and there's so many different facets of this venue that when you get inside, you should 100% walk the entire venue. And I think next year, because yes, I'm coming back. I liked it so much. I'm going to lead, hopefully, if Estro lets me, I'm going to lead a little tour for anyone if older gals, you're coming, okay? Come. First timers, come. Beginners, come, okay? I will walk you through the venue, and then you can see not only the vastness of it, but for beginner skaters or people just starting out, like maybe you're a good skater, but you're just starting out in this, I'm going to be able to point out all the areas in which you're going to feel safe skating, that you're going to feel like, okay, I can accomplish something. Oh, I see that as a challenge. Good. If you are an extremely good skater, especially a good park skater, there are so many challenging things that you can do at this skate park. So for you, Adria, you're a very good park skater. And I think that you will come to Woodward West and be like, oh my God, challenges galore. Like there's so many different things to do, but it's crazy because
I want to go
there's
down
people-
a ramp into a foam pit.
Oh,
That's what I see videos of. But maybe I should. Maybe I think I will, and then I'll get there, and it'll
All
be
right,
so
listen.
scary.
You guys can
Go
do
ahead,
that foam
germaphobe.
pit stuff if you, yeah. So people were like, are you going to go in the foam pit? Dude, I have lived this long without getting random foam pit diseases. Now, I'm not going to say that they don't disinfect all the foam every single day. I mean, I'm not here to imply that they need to or that they should.
What do you think is in there? Like boogers and stuff?
Listen, kids get in there. I mean, when I used to teach on Saturdays at the rink, Fountain Valley Skating Center, all the time, I used to teach every Saturday, all these kids. How about I was hacking up stuff all the time? I've never been more consistently just choking down cough suppressants, allergy meds, Sudafed, because these kids be snotty and touching me, okay? Now that I don't have to teach on Saturdays, look at me, all healthy. So when I see a foam pit, and I'm like, I know what it takes to keep up a facility. I'm not thinking they're excuse me, let me get my alcohol wipes and clean off every foam pit. Okay, but here's the real reason. Listen.
But bacteria will die off dirty.
I don't know. I think it's gross. Anyway, it's like those ball pits at McDonald's. But then the other thing is, here's the other thing. Here's the big thing. I have seen those videos where someone goes into a foam pit and then they can't get out. And I'm like, dude, I am not going to be the person who is trying to fight my way out of the foam pit. And then I have to have 5 fully grown men, maybe even from the fire department, trying to haul my carcass over. Yeah, that's not happening. But listen, this
We're going to
doesn't
talk
mean
dirty into the foam pit.
No.
Yes.
That is just...
It's going to happen.
100%.
There's a little ramp.
Happen.
It's
I
little.
don't care.
And then you'll just be on the
Listen,
you'll
I'd
just
rather
land on
go
the
to
top.
I'd rather go off it and land in water. I would rather land in mud. I would rather land in slime. I don't know.
Maybe it's
a bunch of gophers. I don't care.
Remember
I'm
it?
not landing in the foam.
Remember that episode we did where I asked you all those questions and I said, what are you afraid of? Clowns? Spiders?
Did I say foam pits?
You should have said
Yeah,
bacteria.
that's right. I'm not afraid of bacteria. I'm just afraid of foam pits and dragging
Bodily fluids
my
on
carcass
your-
over the side because I can't haul my ass out. I mean, that's a real fear.
It might be good therapy for you.
No, listen.
You got to work through it.
I'll just go without the therapy. I'll just raw dog life. Okay. But anyway.
Okay, back
So
to
everyone,
Moxy
if you're a
Skate
beginner, you're an intermediate,
Woodward.
or you're an advanced park skater, there is so many options for you because there's so much room and there's so many obstacles. I want to tell you, there was actually this one entire section, huge section of the indoor skate park, the Woodside, that nobody ever used. I mean, it was crazy. In fact, there was a rule that you could not skate alone. No matter where you went in the park, you had to be skating with someone else.
That's a good one,
Right? So
yeah.
if you're off in some obscure part of the park
Unconscious.
that you don't get hurt and then, something like that. But I thought, it's actually a really good rule, not only for the practicality of it, but there's emptiness in this place. So what that means is that they are selling enough tickets so that everyone has enough room to move. I never felt like at any point just waiting for these people to move so I can do something. Never. There was like just the perfect amount of attendees to make it super fun and energetic, but not so much that you're like, oh my God, so-and-so's, all these people are in the way. I'm just waiting. I feel frustrated. There was no traffic, basically.
So like that's probably one of the biggest things that becomes an issue at the skate park, right? Like it's good to have some people because you cheer each other on, you watch each other, you're inspired. But when it gets to the crazy and you just feel like you're going to collide at some point because there's just so much traffic and you can't watch it all.
Not only the colliding, but I think there's also the aspect of feeling rushed.
Oh, that too. Yeah, like you want,
like
you're
someone
not
else
valuable
is ready to
and
drop in,
and you're got to get out of the way.
Yeah, you got to get out of the way, which I'm like, and I don't want to be rushing this stuff. I mean, I want to go. You like if you're going to drop in somewhere, you want to go like ready. Let's go 1, 2, 3, go. But you don't want to be like, oh God, I go. You know that'll.
Well, but
end
especially
badly.
new people, they have to work through the mental fight those first drop-ins. And it might take a minute.
Yeah.
Standing at the coping and not having the pressure of people going, you want.
There was none of that, you guys.
There
was none
kind of
that.
Support.
There were so many,
so
not only new to the skate park, but there were new skaters. Okay. There was definitely people that I was like, oh, okay. You are a beginner. Okay, let's roll. Let's do this. Let's do that. And I'm telling you, some of these people, not only was I felt like I was really able to push them through learning all the basics of skating. I was able to introduce them to parts of the park where they could really feel the experience of skating the skate park without it being dangerous. I mean, it was scary to them because they'd never done it, but I knew full well it wasn't dangerous for them to do that, right? So if you are a beginner skater out there and you're considering, come. If you are a person who, no, I'm a good skater, I've just never been to a skate park, come. Because this place is so vast. There's so many different things to do. And once you just get an idea of the places where it would be best to hang out and practice, and then you come to class, and basically the way the classes work was super interesting. Normally, especially if you go to RollerCon, you go to anywhere else, you need to sign up for class. Okay? You need to sign up for class. If you don't get into class, then you go standby, which at RollerCon is no big deal. You kind of get into everything you want to get into. The way they set it up, at first I thought it was curious and interesting, and then I saw, hey, that worked really well. So what they did was they just had all the classes on the schedule, and you looking on the app, you could check it out. Good. Okay, this is where I'm going to go. This is me looking about where I need to be. And then you go to the meeting area. Now, you can leave class at any time. If you decide, hey, this class isn't for me, I'm out. If you are like, oh, that class it starts in 15 minutes, but I've got to go back to my place and do something, and then I'm coming back, so I'm going to be 15 minutes late for class or whatever. You can do that too. Like you can drop in and out of classes. Now, normally that would bother me. Because you
kind of teach
Catholic school, and I've got to shit's got to start on time.
Well,
and
you scaffold when you teach. You start with this, and then you work your way.
Everything builds upon. So I like that word scaffold. I've never heard that in terms of this. But I start at one section and then I'm constantly building. So if you show up in the midst, sometimes it's hard for you to really benefit because you haven't heard everything else that's built up to that. But you know what? I'm a professional. I worked it. It was not a problem. I made it happen. All those people that showed up midway through class, I was like, let's go. Here's what we're doing. Catch up. And it worked. So that was really interesting because people were able to, sometimes you take a class and you're like, oh my God, I'm really not enjoying this, or this isn't for me, but you feel like you're going to be rude if you tap out. Here, that wasn't, we're women. Come on.
I commit. It's like, I'm there. I'm committed.
You're good.
I'm
But
Gen
sometimes people go to a class and then they're like, oh, shoot, I don't like this class. or it's not what I thought it was, and I want to go do something else. I understand that. I never have a problem with people leaving class early. I like people being on time. But you want to check out halfway through the class? I don't care. I do not care at all.
Yeah.
I figure you got your reasons.
Well, and you're right. Like it could be that, oh, I'm way past this. I
Yeah.
need something a little more advanced, or vice versa.
Yeah,
Maybe this is too hard for me.
Yeah. And so they had a huge variety of classes, and they had a lot of coaches. And all of the coaches there, you could tell from the beginning when we had like the gathering at the beginning where Estro introduced everyone, you could just feel how dedicated these people were to being there, how into it they were. This is the coaches. There was none of that kind of eliteness that can happen sometimes at these, any kind of camp, seminar, workshop, whatever. I didn't feel that at all. But everyone on the coaching staff, everyone who was working, was so into making sure that the campers had a positive experience. From the very beginning, when Estro asked me if I would do it, that was something that she talked about a lot. And just making sure, these campers have this overall experience, making sure that they have that. And I could feel that like right from the get-go, that the coaching staff was totally on board.
It makes a huge difference for your mental game. This type of skating already requires so much mental focus that if you have like this feeling of like you're an outsider or people are judging you or, any of that, you're already doing it to yourself enough.
Right.
And you're scared. It induces a lot of fear, which is healthy, which you do well. You have taught me that fear is fine, but you have to trust what your body already knows.
Right.
And that takes a lot of focus, a lot of, and so having those positive coaches, those people who are not there to judge and who are excited no matter where you're at in your skate journey, right? Like even if it's just a simple fakie backwards, on a transition, that's huge. That's like a huge accomplishment in the journey of learning.
And to have that, to accomplish something like that, and you're like, oh my God, your coach is like, Estro.
And she's genuinely
she's
excited about your accomplishment. Right. Like it feels like our own.
And I see these girls making great strides and they're just skating alongside Jamelin. They're like, there were so many girls where I was like, that one's famous.
Forget Hollywood.
Right?
Forget Hollywood.
Yeah.
These are the real heroes. These are the real people that you should admire and love and adore and emulate because look, they're humble. They're not there for you to drool on. They're there right alongside you.
Oh, I'm sorry. I'm there for
you want
the drools.
Drool all over.
Please come drool on me. That's an after party thing. Anyway, so
okay, sip time.
Let's talk about some of the other aspects of camp. So, so I'm just going to say this one. Let's go to it. I had discussions with people prior to people buying tickets, and there was concern about food. So apparently,
I always want to know about the food.
I've done enough things, enough of these types of things to know that I always bring my own food. I always bring my own food. If I fly somewhere, I go somewhere, I get food, I bring it. Like I've got this situation down because, especially if you go to RollerCon in Vegas, you go to just different places.
Yeah.
Listen.
But I'm guessing they're
have
like,
some
no food in the dorms.
No, it wasn't that. They
that?
have a full-on cafeteria where you can eat at,
Oh,
right?
they do?
It's all themed out and cute and everything. But in the past, when I talked to some people about going to this event, there was some concern about food because apparently there was not such a good situation food-wise. At one point, there wasn't enough and it wasn't as good as it could be years past. just let me give you a culinary update on what happened with the food situation. Not only did I eat my food, I ate their food.
That's your culinary update.
Yes, I ate all the foods. Okay,
So it must have been good because
I
you're
lived to
not
tell about
easy.
it. No,
I wouldn't call you picky, but
yeah,
you have opinions
put
about
it this
food.
way.
Did they have pickled eggs?
No, they did not. But I'll tell you this. You know how I'm not this will not surprise some of you. I don't put a lot of condiments on things, okay? I do not. Does my food lack flavor? Am I seasoning my food? You might think I would, but no.
Dirty isn't spicy.
I don't care about that, baby.
She's not salty. She's not spicy.
This means that the base food needs to taste good because I ain't throwing a bunch of stuff on it, okay? I don't eat any condiments. Mayonnaise, mustard, ketchup, relish, pickles, onions, tomatoes, unless those two are cooked, okay? I don't use Tampico, Cholula, tartar sauce, okay?
You're missing out,
All
Dirty. I'm just saying.
salad dressings except Italian and ranch. And then they're on the side with a little dip action, okay? Back in the day, I could eat McDonald's chicken
Nuggets?
McNuggets raw, baby. No, I mean, not raw. They're cooked. I don't even know what they're
No
chicken.
dip.
No dip. I'm dipless. Okay?
You know
So
what?
that means the food has to be good right off the bat because I ain't going to bury it in A1 sauce, any kind of hot sauce. No, that stuff has to taste good. Like, okay.
Do you
so
remember
anyway.
that cartoon when we were little? Don't drown your food.
Yeah.
So don't drown your food in mayo, salt, ketchup, or goop. Yuck!
I
You
was like-
obeyed.
I'm like, no, not a problem.
I won't drown my food.
And I want you to know, this wasn't something that happened like over time. This was immediate. Like, I liked everything plain. Just give it to me plain. Little cheese on there, okay? So anyway, the food, I think the food every single day, all the food they were doing was good. It was good, okay? The food review was good, trust me.
What about sleeping?
Oh, well, sleeping, so you can sleep in the dorms with all the campers. Here's a good thing. You can come by yourself to this camp and immediately meet people and room with them. You can come as a full group, kind of take over an area, no problem. There's a mix between the two. I just say come early. Like, oh, what came up on our
don't
screen?
know.
Some kind of message.
Big Brother's talking
Right?
to us.
So anyway, the sleeping arrangements were fine. I actually got to tour in where the campers were all sleeping because they put the coaches up in a different area, right? We were supposed to be at this lodge, but apparently the lodge was having some problems with the plumbing. So they put us up at this hilltop place, which is like kind of, like an old school motel, basically. But we're on the second story, okay? So the campers were, having their fun. Everything's working in the camp area. Like everything's working. For us, all the coaches, you think, oh, we're in the bougie area. Dude, we did not have electricity or warm water, hot water for like 24 hours.
Whoa.
It was
might have been a little stinky.
hilarious because there is not a lot of light pollution out where we're at. So when it went dark, it was dark, like super dark. And it was funny because, you have to take a shower after you've skated for like 8 hours, right? And you're in the dark and there's no hot water. And I was like, here's me just in the dark, taking, I would just affectionately call it a Turkish prison bath, where you're just splashing water on the stuff that stinks. Let's be friends, okay? I was trying to clean the important bits.
Yeah.
So that I would be fresh. So anyway, that was hilarious. But the campground was totally fine. They did not have any electric problems. So it was just the coaches in the nice accommodations that, were lacking. But again, didn't care. It was all part of the experience. It was actually kind of funny. And
It's like camp for adults.
yeah, it was
adult
summer
go-away
camp.
Summer camp.
And how about this? The only thing that people really were freaking out about not having electricity or warm water, hot water, was you can't charge your phone. that was our like top deal.
Pretty good problem to have.
Yeah, and people are like, what about the refrigerators? I'm all, just don't open them. Like, they're good for 24 hours. Just don't open them. So anyway, that was funny. Let's talk about, did you know there's a lot of social events at this thing too?
I did not.
The Moxy Skate Camp has a lot of social events that will help you get not only entertain you, but also help you get acclimated to the atmosphere. So as soon as you walk in,
Am I going to have to I don't want to do something in front of anybody.
well, you skate in front of people.
That's a byproduct of what brings me joy.
Listen, every good entertainer needs a good audience member.
I'm a great audience. I'm a good encourager, cheerleader.
Every extrovert needs an introvert.
I'll video you.
Yes. Yes. So, I mean,
so-
what she's, listen, they have a talent show.
Yeah,
Okay.
I knew that.
She knew about this talent show.
Don't ask me if I go next year.
Oh,
I am not doing the
guys.
talent show with you.
Estro and I are talking, and she's like, prior to me coming out, and she goes, hey, do you want to be in the talent show? Immediately, I'm like, no.
Oh, you're like
But
me.
I'll MC it.
Oh, yeah.
And she goes, oh, okay. And then later on, she sends me a thing. She's like, Dirty, what's your size? I want to buy you a gown. And I'm like,
I wanna
first of
see
all,
you in a gown.
God bless Estro to think that this body just, hey, just give me a size 10 and like it's going to fit. Like, I can go from anywhere from like, if you've got curvy girls, help me out on this. I could wear an 8 or a 16, okay? And anything in between. Anything in between. We got to get it over some stuff. Depends on how tight you want it, all this. So when she says, can I buy you a gown? I'm like, first off, hilarious that I could give you a size and it would arrive and fit. Like that to me was so funny. And then I said, I gave my exact words were, oh Lord, let me think about that. And then I rolled back with, can I just throw on some sequins, something that I got? And she was like, sure, do whatever you want. So it was great. But I got to MC the talent show. And you guys, this talent show was so good.
I'm interested in what things you saw.
So
Was there singing?
okay.
Dancing?
People, okay. There were people that were incredible. Then there were people that were incredibly strange. And then there were people who were oddly specific. And then there were people who were odd. And then there were people who were just making shit up. Like, it was so chaotic and so fun. The fact that it was not curated. Okay, so I'm the MC of the talent show, and I'm telling Tony, like, hey, girl, we got to go because I got like 10 minutes before this show starts. Mind you, I don't know anything about this show. So I run into Estro, and she gives me a piece of paper. Written with an expo mark is all this people's names. Like, that's what I got. So I got this piece of paper, and it's like, go MC the show. Random people's names, which... if you've ever written on paper with an expo marker, it's like, right. So it's all like chaotic. Anyway, so I cruise over there and I walk in and there's all these people sitting and it's like theater seating with a really nice stage. And if you guys have ever done performing on stage, it's so important the height of the stage is proper. Am I right? You've done
yeah,
this.
that makes a big difference.
If the height of the stage is not correct, it is really hard not only to see the audience, but to properly interact with them. It's really difficult. So the first thing, I get in there, I've got my blurry piece of paper of the acts that are going on, and people are just milling about and talking and stuff. So I rush up there, walk up on stage, look, see out, and I go, okay, cool, good.
Do you get nervous at all?
No, not in this. I got a tiny bit nervous. I was a little bit nervous, but you know what killed the nerves immediately is when I realized nobody was in charge at this point of what was going to happen. So me being me was like, nobody's in charge, so I guess it's me. So once I started directing everything, it was like, it's on. So
Then it's your show.
oh yeah. So I check the thing, I get the mic, I'm all boom, 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 mic's good. Okay, let's go figure out what's going on. So I have this piece of paper. I see this guy from Woodward, and I know we need music, and I'm like, hey, you, what's up? You work here, right? Okay, good. Can you run the music on that computer? And he's like, I guess I can. I go, great, good. That's your job. Okay, stand over there. Don't leave. I'm going to send people to you. And then I get on and I'm all, oh, yo, what's up with the lights? So he's like, oh, the light's over here, but these lights don't work. These lights don't work. And just this light works. And I'm all, oh, it's on a dimmer. Okay. Like now we got lighting. Like, this is hilarious, right? So the disco ball and the light doesn't work. The colored lights don't work. We just have this one light and it's over the stage. It's not like a spotlight. And then it dims up and down. So I'm like, okay. So then I see Tammy, who's an amazing skater, amazing overall person, amazing. And I'm like, hey, you want to work lights? Like, yeah. Okay, great. Come on over here. You're in charge of the dimmer. Hilarious. So after that, I start calling out all the names on the list. And I'm like, just yelling at people like, Kayla, Deb, boom, 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 Sammy, let's go. Come on, up here. And I'm like, you need music? You need music? You need music? Okay. You're number 1, you're 2, you're 3, whatever. I've given them numbers. I'm all line up. Go tell the Woodward guy what music you need. Okay. You don't need music. Go sit down. Okay. So I give the guy the list of it in the order. And then I'm like, where's Estro? And they're like, she's outside. So I go outside and she goes, I don't want to go on first. I'm all, you're going on first. You're on in 2. I just turn around and walk away.
You bossed the boss.
It was crazy. I had to because I knew she is so funny. Like she was very encouraging to so many people to be okay with being vulnerable. Like, please participate in the talent show. Do whatever you want. You're in this kind of encouraging environment where you can take that kind of risk. It's like,
maybe I would do it if I got Estro talk me into it.
I mean, it goes along with camp. You're being very vulnerable in a lot of different spaces in camp on skates, and you're trying new things. This is like, oh, well, why don't you try this? Okay. Now, mind you, the night before there was karaoke. So we went to watch karaoke. There were definitely some talent in the karaoke. And then there was definitely some people just hamming it up. And then there was some people just kind of checked out and singing crazy. Like, it was great. You know, when it runs the gamut.
Yeah.
Because sometimes you go to, if I stumble upon, my husband and I were at a place last night and they had karaoke. Every single person was like a professional.
Then you won't want to go up.
I know, because you're like, I ain't that. So Estro really encouraged people, right? So when she came up first, it was great because she wrote a song and sung it. And I believe
she wrote it there?
No, she had a song that she had written.
Okay.
And I could be wrong, but I want to say it was her brother or another relative who put the music to it. Wow. So the music played and she sung this song, and this song was incredible, you guys. And when it was done, I was like, we absolutely need to get the lyrics of that and present it.
Was it about roller skating?
Yes, and her experiences and life.
Wow.
And like, it was very telling and it was very emotional and it was awesome. So to kick the show off like that was great. After that came a whole slew of, there were people breakdancing. These two gals came up and taught everyone this song and dance about fish that's really for preschoolers. And I thought I was in a heavy fever dream just watching it. It was so insane. Like, there was people who did spoken word. People, it was just crazy. So it was super fun for me.
How late do you? Because I need to sleep, especially when I'm exercising that hard.
Okay, can I say
Do
this?
I get to go to bed at a decent hour?
This is what I would do if I were you, because I too have the same thing. I'm like, what do you mean this show doesn't start till 10 o'clock at night?
Oh, no.
Like, I'm already like a
Yeah.
problem. Like, that is a problem for me. Okay. What you have to do at camp, and this goes for safety as well, you have got to block out times in your day when you're not going to be skating, and you go somewhere, find a secluded place and take a nap. Take a nap. Get off your skates. Take your skates off your feet. Get grounded again. Go touch grass. You know what I mean? Like, you have to do that because you got to pace yourself.
Overstimulate.
If you don't, you'll get overstimulated. And
Yeah,
trust me,
that doesn't go well for me.
for the audience in the talent show, I did my best to overstimulate them. Like, I got on the stage and I just grabbed the mic, and I probably did straight, like, free flow, off the top of my head, stand up for like 10 minutes. So it was like,
That's good talent.
yeah, but it was funny because I had a lot to say about what had been going on in camp already, and it was so fun and funny, and it was great because everyone had the shared experience. And then as each person came on and then went off, I got to, I had a microphone, so I got to be able to tell like my thoughts and feelings on each person that came up. So fun. Like, I have never appreciated more random talents in my life. And the more random, the better. Like, you guys, you could do absolutely
Like
anything.
harmonica? Was there a harmonica?
Well,
player?
no, there was not. However, if you came up and played harmonica for the very first time in your life, that could be a talent. Like,
It counts.
oh, it would count. And you
Okay.
had random dancers in the background.
Did you have anybody do the cup?
No, it did not have that.
Or did you have dance routines?
But oh yeah,
Okay.
dancers, really good dancers, and break dancers that came up and were just like break dancing with no music. It was anything and everything. And I'll tell you this, the reason that made it so great is every single person that was sitting, and it really like started overflowing in this room. There was like, everyone was standing in the back. It was such a group project that's what made it so much fun. And the Woodward people were in on it too. Like, so anyway, the talent show was it was a huge hit.
A good way
Super
to
fun.
bond with your
Yes.
fellow skate
Yes.
community.
And at the end of it, we got to be able to take on anyone who didn't get their karaoke situation sorted the night before. They got to perform. So that was really fun. But other things, when you get there, everyone is so, like, you go in to register, everyone's kind, everyone's helpful. They were doing face painting right at the beginning, which is a traditional like summer camp activity, right? The whole face painting thing. And it was great to see how some people, the face painting was
know
just
what?
a little bit. And then the girl who face painted like Darth Maul ended up
Oh.
winning. And it was insane. Like, you're just like, oh my God, that girl's Darth Maul. Like,
One of the girls I skate with frequently, you've met her, Jamie Noodle.
yeah.
She said, her psychologist said, a lot of times adults who enjoy childlike things, like she loves to buy little kid fluffy toys, and I dress like a kid a lot, and we joke that we're like embarrassingly childlike. She said it's sometimes a form of therapy for yourself because you weren't allowed to behave like a child when you were a child.
For sure.
And that the idea of painting your face, if it sounds fun and or, you
Yeah.
know, the goofing off, like it's because for some reason when you were little, you didn't have the space to be that. Not always,
Right.
but it fit me to the T. I was like, that's what's wrong with me. Because
love
I
it.
like was kind of my mom's mom since I
Yeah.
was little.
Yeah.
So to be, you know.
Yeah.
And I think, oh, okay, that's why we like to behave childlike, but it gives you space to do that.
It
It's
does.
like therapy.
And it's a bonding. It's
You're-
a bonding thing
yeah.
with the other people who are doing it. And then they had this other thing that I think you would really like. They had all the campers circle up in different circles. So in my circle, there's like 20 people, right? And they played this game where you just put your water bottle in front of you, and that marked a space. And then they had a person in the middle. And this game was just to identify commonalities between people as a way to form bonds right from the beginning. So the person stands in the middle. Like I had to get in the middle at one point, and I was like, where are my Geminis at? Like, who else is a Gemini? And the people who are try to race to the center to take the center position. If they don't get the center position and I leave, you have to find an open spot. So you're looking for all the spots that have a water bottle in front of them with no one standing there. So it's all chaos, right? But it's super fun because people are running to, and they're really like gunning for that center position. And every time they get up there, you know, people are like, I'm a hairdresser. And, people, you know, I love dogs. Wah, I know how to sew. Bah.
So you just
Like, it was random stuff. And it got, you know, how people get more and more and more elaborate and
Yeah.
creative about these things. But it was so fun to see someone who's like, I enjoy woodworking. And there'll be that one other person who goes, I do that too. And it does something like it gets people out of just standing there and trying to be cool. Because I don't know why, it just works. It was a very simple game, but it worked. It really got people interested
How
in
many
each other.
people were at camp total?
I would say I don't know exact numbers, but I think there was probably about 130. And that may be without the coaching and support stuff. So it was a really, really good number because you were seeing people and you know, you don't always get to talk to everyone at these kind of events. And I had a Dirty School Skate had a little table, and then Xanadu Skates from Santa Barbara. She had a big
Little
table. Val. Incredible. And then Moxie had a little table. So we were on this section where you come in, you either go left to the progression center or right to the wood ramp area, and people could come up. So people were passing by us the whole time. And it was so fun because as people were passing by, I was like, that's that girl who has 10 cats. Whatever. Like I knew
You
things
remember-
about random strangers that I knew from them being in my circle. So there are a whole bunch of different activities like that are going on to help people introduce themselves. And then can I also say, as far as keeping people together and interacting with different people, where you eat at camp, there's either you're eating inside the cafeteria, and I say cafeteria, but don't let this get in your brain horrific stories from your school cafeteria. It's not like that. It's cool. The vibe in there is not sterile like prison, you know? It's very homey. You're either eating there or you eat outside under this covered area that there's grass and everything. It's very nice. So oftentimes there's not enough seating, not enough tables. So guess what? You could just sit yourself down and make new friends. Nobody's going to be like, you can't sit here. You
It's
can't
like
sit with
a
us."
second
It's not that.
chance. It's a second chance at your camp experience with cool
Yes.
people.
At
Cool,
camp,
accepting people.
yeah,
with
completely.
with stars.
Yeah. I made
With
jokes
famous
about that.
rollers.
Like, I mean, but also complimentary, how great it was to have this many really high level coaches that you could very easily interact with and not feel like, oh, I'm interrupting, taking this person's time. Sometimes it just takes a more intimate setting for everyone to really let their guard down and interact. So I love that. And then I want to talk about the classes. There is a variety of classes. So if you consider yourself an advanced park skater, there is definitely classes for you. And there are challenges within
I'm
this
not
park.
there, but like, are they teaching them how to flip?
Yeah. Oh, totally. Yeah.
So cool.
It's me not going there,
I would never, but
There's
I'd love to watch.
No necessary for me. But what's crazy is, yes, someone's teaching backflips over here. And then I'm over here going, okay, we go up and then we go down. We go up and then we go down. Like safety first. So backflipping's happening over here. But they're side by side.
But you're the foundation for backflipping.
Right, of course.
I mean it.
Well,
I mean, like if you learn.
Oh, can I tell you one
proper
other thing?
techniques?
It's true. I can't teach you how to backflip, okay? But we as coaches, I'll say this to other coaches, you're going to find this very valuable. If we were teaching people in an area and we didn't like that area, we could just take the class somewhere else. Like, that is not normal. Mm-hmm. So
you had a lot of freedom for how you wanted to run your class.
I had this one class, and I got the section that we were assigned. I taught everything there, like within 10 minutes. And I was like, moving on. Took them to
graduate
the other side of the park, and we were doing tons of fun stuff. And so
that's cool.
What was super cool is, sometimes with the ramps, it can get very small, like your skate here, you drop in, you go over here, and you come right back, right? Mm-hmm. Well, you know me, how I like to come down something and then have a lot of space.
Oh yeah, you like to have choreograph a whole little run.
Right? Uh-huh. So Tony and I were on this one side, and we're like, we're going to surf this stuff, okay? Get down and move around and carve. Do a lot of hard carving and stuff. And it was so great because I took my beginner class over there, and I was able to teach them about edging. I was able to make them skate fast, which is not something you normally do. Can I say this? If you want to be a better skater, skate fast. Learn how to skate fast. That is massive. But we got them carving and doing all sorts of stuff that if I had been relegated to this one area and told that that was my only option, and I only knew it was an option to go somewhere else because Estro and crew were like, if you don't like where you're at, move. Okay.
That's
life
good.
advice, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well,
I was like,
but
this is great.
Opening the door for people, to be frank, they get their money's worth, right? Yeah. Because if you see your class has learned what you originally were, going out to learn, and you're like, we can do more.
Yeah.
You're stoked. You're leaving there with a whole lot more information that if you were just stuck in a little spot, it might not be available to you.
Right. And then when there's classes going on, and then there's people just skating the park all over by themselves, no, with a partner or with a group. Mm-hmm. So that fosters interaction as well. Like I went to this one side, and this lady was like, so cool. She's like, hey, I just need help with backward skating. I was like, let's do it. So I started helping her with her backward skating. All of a sudden, I've got like 20 people in a class. Backward skating, let's go.
Yeah.
So, and then that morphed into like, oh, hey, can you show me how to do that? And I said, yes, I can. Let's go, class. So there was a ton of
really
that.
Good.
There was
like
a
I
ton
said,
of
you're
that.
Getting bang for your buck.
I think also because the price of the ticket also includes lodging and food. There's no, you don't have to pay to park there. So this really can be financially feasible for a lot of people. So again, this camp is Moxy Camp West, which is in Tehachapi. Little mountain town, but it also the East Coast version happens in Philly, and then September of this year, which is 2025, they're going to Spain. Now the dates are not set yet, but so the Moxy Camp will be in Europe. Okay?
That's
So
wild.
if there's people that, we're like, oh man, I missed it, or I'm just not close like that. If you live on that side of the world, you can take it. But if you had doubts, I got a lot of messages from people who said, I wasn't sure, so I didn't come. And now that I saw the videos that came out of it, I wish I would have come. Just mind your calendar for next year. It's like, it's going to happen in April or May. Just be open, and I am going to do my very best to help get the word out as soon as the tickets go on sale. I do believe that the tickets go on sale in November. So I will let you guys know, and,
Look at you taking
can't-
on yet another huge camp type.
This was, if you hadn't been pushing me to get back into skate park skating, I wouldn't even be doing this.
I'll take the credit. I think we have Estro to thank, to be honest.
Well, obviously,
I mean,
yes.
I'm just excited
Yeah.
that she was like, hey,
Yeah, she
I
was
want you
great.
here.
She was great. Yes. When she asked me, if you come and teach at this, I said, only if I said, girl, I have not skated park skating in a bit. I mean, really, it all started back when the vans near me, the indoor skate park, closed because of a tragic accident. And then the outdoor vans skate park that is just unbelievable. They remodeled.
They bulldozed our favorite bowl, and we're a little bitter about it.
So bitter. And then if you are a person who's of my age, once you start doing something, you have to just keep doing it. Don't take breaks. Because when you take breaks, then you try to get back into it, and you're like, it's a little bit more effort than I was used to.
She's being humble. She
I
went
did.
back at it and was great. Other than a little spell of vertigo.
Yes.
A little vertigo, but after that, you're fine.
So I was really fortunate because I went to my friend Xanadu, who does all the artwork for me. She's incredible. She has a home ramp, and I just went on that thing, and I was dropping in on that thing like crazy. Okay, so I dropped in the first time I dropped in 40 times.
She's not lying.
10
in a row,
10,
she would
because-
drop in, turn around, drop in, turn around.
Because I'm a
drop in.
figure skater, and you just repetition. Next time, come back 40 more. Come back again 60. And I'm just going. And then I have this, I wake up one day and I have the most insane dizzy spells. I end up at urgent care. And the lady told me, hey, it's sort of like you've been on a boat for a long time and then you got off and now you're getting like this. And then I said, I have vertigo. She's like, you don't have vertigo. I said, what do you mean? She's like, you're just dizzy. And I said, what's the difference? Vertigo is when the room spins.
Okay.
Dizzy is when your head spins.
You're just dizzy.
So, but what's crazy about this is you're dropping in, going back and forth, right? And now I'm dizzy. But when I go to the rink and I spin tight, like a spot spin, like tight,
It's weird.
nothing. It's totally fine.
Yeah, it's a different kind for
Oh,
you.
anyway.
But I was expecting a little more time for you to get back to where I feel like you were at when you walked away, when you rolled away.
Yeah.
And literally, I think our third session together, you've already been in the combi,
Yeah.
shredding. Holy cow. What was that? Last week. She's up at the top of the combi, does a 180 with 1 foot. Manny, I'm scaring the crap out of me.
But she says that, okay, so here's the
1
deal.
foot.
The combi's huge, right?
13 feet deep.
Yeah, that does not bother
She's
me.
at
Here's the thing is,
13
but when
foot
I go,
13.
I don't want to drop in on that.
But she could.
Okay. No. So turn around and I slither in right on my toe stops. But I actually did it pretty gracefully, I feel like.
Oh, you mean drop
Then
in-
I'm on the highest part of
cares
it,
about
but
that?
like the drop in,
No, yeah.
And it goes whoop, whoop. So I don't want to do with the drop in. So I'm here and I whoop. Well, I can get up the other side of the wall. Why? Because I have a certain amount of mass. And when I push down, I can shoot myself up the other side. Now, turning on that wall when it's vert like that. And
She
just turning,
turns like a figure skater, and it's insane.
doesn't bother me at all.
Her technique
does not bother
like I
me at all.
said, you
I am
didn't-
figure skating.
Yeah.
Look at the hand. Look at the hand, okay?
It's gorgeous,
Which
and
is this.
I was blown away.
We are like this, and we are like this. I'm pointing my toe, arching my back. Okay, I ain't out there to look ugly. but it was totally
anyway,
fun.
yeah,
But there,
you came back with a vengeance,
okay, but
and it's
I
good
am
for
going
me.
to get back there. Okay, you really, really helped me, and then every once in a while, like.
Tony's good
Tony
too. Tony will get you
is
to do
gonna
stuff.
get me
She
to
needs keep
drop
going.
in
She's
on the
gonna
pool
get you-
coping
yeah,
because
she'll get you there.
I did it way back in the day in
Mm-hmm.
indoor vans and it used to scare the crap out of me and I still did it because she believed
She has
I
that
could.
thing.
She does. She'll push.
She's gotten me to do stuff too. I was very grateful for.
right.
But anyway, like I said, I'm living my dream now
So
because
fun.
I'm at the skate park with Dirty Deborah Harry.
And it's different, I
I
think.
followed you around like a puppy dog. I was like, because I learned so much from you because you approach things in a way, well, kind of like when you first taught me years ago, you said, we're not here to die.
Right.
And, being 54 now, I really want to do this for a long time. And I would like to continue to progress.
Right.
But it's back to that word I used, scaffolding. You have to kind of like build up to a particular skill.
Yeah.
And I don't really know how. Like I watch the youngins all around me and they're more of in that send it category.
Yeah.
And
This is why I think you need to come to camp.
right. That's why I need to come to camp. But now I have bonus. I have access to Dirty Deborah Harry. I mean, you're a big reason why I do a lot of the skills I already am doing just because you'll watch me and be able to say things, But
Yeah.
following you around is much different because then I'm able to really see what your body does.
So
because
the
you
only
have all
reason
those
I think this
technique.
works is she used to do ballet. So with the way she moves her body, I can tell her, hey, it's your head or your hip or your shoulder, your hand. I can tell because we both have the same background. I can see what
figure
she's
skating is-
what her body naturally wants to do. That's a little bit different than someone who is a full-on aggressive skater. Like I can see the dancer in you, so I'm like, oh, okay.
Yeah,
But
and I don't
I
really.
think at
I
at
love.
camp-
but your style is the same, similar to me, right?
Yeah.
Like
But
that's probably part of the reason why I like skating with you is because I feel like you
But
go
you're
at it
gonna
at
get, she's way beyond me. When you go to camp, what you're going to be able to do, because you're going to camp, I'm just saying that right now, get ready.
I'm going to be your videographer.
Tell your kids to not have any, events that get in the way of you going to adult summer camp.
Okay.
So what's going to happen is you're going to get there and you're going to see all the coaches and you're going to naturally gravitate towards some or the other. And then you're going to look on the schedule and see what they're teaching. And they're very specific. So you can also approach a coach and say, hey, these are, I'm looking at this, and this trick, that. I'm having difficulties in the following ways. And they will be like, got you. No problem. They will either help you individually or guide you to the class that's appropriate for you. So again, if you are a beginner, intermediate, or advanced, you will get what you need from this camp. And frankly, there's nothing else like it.
That's so cool. And I could use, I know I have some bad habits that I probably don't even know. It's like I know I have them, but I don't know how to address them.
Right.
Because there are certain skills that I just haven't been able to accomplish. And they shouldn't be that hard. So it would be nice to have someone look at me that does those skills.
And that's what's so fun about it. I mean, you even there was stuff I did at camp that I haven't done in a really long time, and you cannot,
Like what?
You cannot Like, you know, when you just look at something,
Oh,
you're
yeah.
like, oh, I haven't done that in a while. And then you're scared, but you do it. I could not take the smile
Yeah.
off my face.
Yeah.
It was like, hell yeah. And then I even told Tony, I go, girl, we need to come back and have a redo. Why? Because I need to go there when it's just for me.
Right, not
And just
teaching.
try all this
Yeah.
stuff that I wanted to. We got a sneak peek. We got in there Thursday night. We were in there for like an hour. So we got to, you know, skate all around. And I mostly was like, oh my God, please let me in early because I want to see where I need the lay of the land always, so I know where to take people. We got a sneak peek in there, and we got to do some stuff. And as usual, she was like, "Dirty, you know how to do this. Come on, let's go. Just do this and this and this." And I was like, "Okay,
That's
fine,
what you needed.
fine, I'll do it." But had I not had at least a minimal amount of prep that we did together, I mean, that was invaluable for me because I had a lot more confidence going into it. And I need to be confident myself when I do this so that I can instill confidence in other people.
Absolutely. And I think you, not relearning, but redoing helps you connect your coaching skills because even to yourself, you're going, oh, my weight's here. Or,
Oh my God,
I'm
it's
doing-
that is so true. Even with, I've been teaching, really, just keeping this guy within these. Remember yesterday, Devontae?
Oh my gosh.
This guy
yeah.
is a self-taught figure skater learning from videos. And
Amazing.
He's amazing. I've been posting him. And he's doing jumps and stuff. And I'm like, dude, just dial down the power. Keep your back up straight. Pull in tighter. I'm just giving him little guidance. And he's just doing amazing things, right? And me having to do some of the things he's doing, and I haven't done them in a long time, is like, oh yeah, it really lights up that part of your brain where you're like, oh, I know it in a different way now, and I'm able to teach it better because I've just recently relearned it.
Yeah.
You know?
Oh,
So-
I relate to that too. Even
Yeah.
for me, like it does. It helps you remember what it's like to be in that learning space and go, oh, this is the bit of information that I could communicate.
And then don't you think it's just, I mean, you are pretty advanced.
Me?
Yes.
No.
Okay, she is. Don't let her tell you different. She
I
does
mean, I do okay.
shit that I never did.
But I mean, I'm relating
But-
because like I've been trying to learn all my skills because my
Right.
boss, Dirty Deborah Harry, always told me whatever you do on one side, you need
Gotta
to
do
do
it
on the
on the
other. So I have been learning what we call switch. Switch is like just doing it with the other side. So dropping in with my non-dominant foot, fakie on my non-dominant side, whatever, all of the things, backside. And that has put me in a newbie mindset.
Oh, good.
And what you're
Yeah, that's good.
saying is why I'm relating. I'm like, now when I'm with friends who are maybe learning a skill, I'm like, oh yeah, I know what I need to say because I'm experienced that new feeling again. So
Yeah.
I'm being more aware of it this
Yeah.
time because of you.
Yeah, oh, that's nice.
Yeah.
I think what's good too is when you come to camp, because there's varying levels of skill, you're going to get so inspired. Like, really good people, and you can watch them and be like, oh my God, I want to do that. I want to do that. The other thing is when you see someone really struggling and then you see them a little bit later and you're like, oh, they're doing so good. And you just get that fuels me more than anything. When you realize, oh my God, I saw that person at the beginning and I'm pretty good at seeing that. Like, they are struggling and I know what it takes to turn that around. They're in the right atmosphere. They have the right coaching. We're in the right venue. You've been fed the right food. You've had enough social time. I mean, the whole event, 10 out of 10, would recommend.
Yeah. And there's a benefit to learning from a good coach. All the time I'm using your terminology. Like it trickles down. We all end up being little mini Dirty Deborah Harrys. No, okay. Well, we are because we're saying down with the butt, up with the gut. And then like,
And trust me, there were so many
we
different
steal
people there.
all your
She's crazy. There are people who came up to me and were like, who are you? I loved it. And they come up and I'm standing in front of my big banner that says Dirty School of Skate. This girl walks up. She's like, what's this? And I'm like,
Keep
is
you humble.
so good to just be cut down right in your face, okay? Bruce is like, who are you? What is this? I'm like, hey, girl, I don't know. I don't know. I don't even know what this is. This is some kind of crazy nonsense world I created in my head. Okay? That's what we're doing here. Meanwhile, let's go roller skate. Yeah. So you guys.
But it's good because I'm at the skate park all the time and use your terminology. Me and your cousin Amber Cheddar.
Oh, she's
We're
great.
always like, do something before you do something. You know, like we are adopting all these really important skill building techniques, and it's good. It's helping people.
Well, that's good.
Then when you're in a camp with everybody listening to these coaches like yourself, and then we're all sharing information.
Yeah, and I love to
like-
listen to other coaches. I like to hear what they have to say. I like to hear their terminology that they use. I mean, so many times I'm using the wrong terminology. I'll be
You're like the figure skater at the skate park.
I'm the worst at the skate park stuff. I'm like, Tony's like, dirty. You're like, I was like, it's a backward stall. And she's all, backside, dirty, backside. I go, yeah, whatever, dude. You know what I'm talking about.
I love it.
Don't correct me. I'm not even gonna, I don't even care.
We're doing like tabernacle, and you'll call it like,
And I'm like,
triple Lutz or something.
yeah, I don't even care.
No.
I'm like that thing that you just did over there. Like, okay.
I think you're at
next.
the point now you can just come up with your own terminology.
Right?
And
I'm just going to call it something else.
Yeah.
Really, in my brain, I will make some room for proper terminology to be respectful of the learning process. Okay? But then it always dissolves or something into me just yelling, make decisions, skate faster. Go! Like there was this one part where we were rolling into this one section. You had this really long straightaway, and then you had to carve hard right and up on this bank. And people were so sweet. They're standing at the top of this roll-in, and they're yelling to people who might be crossing the path. You're supposed to yell, dropping in. So it's like safe for everybody. And I'm all, F that. Listen, you drop in and make decisions. Tell yourself, someone may absolutely walk in your way. This is at skate parks. This stuff happens all the time.
Those little groms.
So at one point, this guy was fixing part of the ramp on the other side, and the girl's like, hey, I can't go because of that guy. I go, fuck him. Just make decisions, girl. By the time you drop in and get over there, he might get up. Like, let's go. So I'm just yelling, make decisions, make decisions. But that is a thing from skating at the skate park when very early on when it was just skateboarders, basically, and I'd be there by myself, and I was just making decisions constantly because they were coming out of anywhere and nowhere, and then also from roller derby. In roller derby, you don't go, excuse me, may I pass? You have to make decisions to get yourself from one area to the other, but I'm going to tell you this. Every person that I yelled make decisions to made decisions, and their run was so much more interesting, creative, reactive, and fun than it had been if they said, okay, I have a completely safe space. Let's go. So
That's life.
yeah.
You
that
got to
is
go before
absolutely
you're ready.
true.
You're never going to be ready.
Yeah.
Never going to be
But
ready.
get ready. So put a little bit of money aside, because you deserve it. Start putting some money aside now for next year, and let's meet at Woodward West in Tehachapi for the Moxy Skate Camp, because I'm all in.
I am. If I can do it, I'm in.
She says, if you're going,
Okay, I'm going.
you're going. I mean, there's
Lord willing.
she'll be there.
I'll
She'll
be there.
All right. Do you have any last questions for me?
Yeah, dirty.
Uh-oh. Well, how long have we been talking? 3 hours.
You
Yeah.
get invested in us beginners.
Yes.
You like the babies.
I'm all about it because I know my goal is to get you to the point where you don't need me. You don't
Yeah.
need me. You're off doing your own thing and you're with coaches that can take you to the higher levels because they can actually do all those things. I am here to get you off to a good start.
Yeah. You are good at coaching the advanced too. You just
Yeah.
maybe don't do it, but you could
Yeah.
see and
Oh, yeah. I mean,
just
I can,
like
but
with
I'd
Devontae
rather...
the other day
my
doing all that.
kid-
You're just like
kid's
okay,
crazy. I
Wayne,
love
you
it.
know, your Uncle Bob is what? Well, he was 90 and coaching insane stuff. You're like
Yeah.
that.
He's 94 and still coaching,
It's insane.
right?
But yeah, like that's what you need. You need a person who can look at you and say,
I know what's wrong with you.
exactly.
All right, you guys. Well, frankly, we have to go because my butt hurts from sitting so long.
I think this is our longest ever.
Well, thank you so much. Thank you
Thank
for
you, Dirty
coming
Deborah
on over
Harry.
and doing this. I mean, really, you guys, please put in the comment section if you are coming to the Moxy Skate Camp. I cannot wait for next year, really. I'm super, super excited about it. And, you know, let's thank Estro and the whole crew, her crew, all the coaches and the staff at Woodward for making this thing such an amazing event. Yeah, I really feel privileged to be able to be a part of it. It was super cool.
So rad.
All right, you guys. Well, we got to go until next time. So you know what to do. Go practice.
Bye, skaters. We love you.